Hey guys, my name is Margaret. Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about a subject that I feel like has been kind of going around, but I really wanted to touch on it from a Christian perspective, and also this video can be geared towards all women who struggle with any of these things. Just stick around. I have a certain portion of this video that I really want to speak from my heart to Black women, but anyone who wants to watch this video is welcome to watch it, because I think that it can be helpful to anyone who has these feelings about themselves and the things that they wear. So the whole premise of this video is that you don't need fake to be feminine. You don't need to wear fake things in order to look feminine, right? So what are the fake things that I'm talking about? I'm talking about wigs and weaves, excessive makeup, extra long fingernails, fake eyelashes. You don't need that stuff to look feminine. So that's what I want to touch on in this video, and I want to go a little bit deeper into it and deeper into the heart of it and really the spirit behind it. I'm not going to over spiritualize it and be like, you have the Jezebel spirit or like anything like that. Like, no. But really I'm talking about the enemy's role in like culture and society that's influencing people to feel this way about themselves. Just a little disclaimer before we start. It's okay to wear these things, but your confidence and security in your femininity and in your beauty should not hinge on these things. And that's really what I want to get at in this video, is that you should not feel like I am only beautiful if I wear X, Y, and Z. I understand that these things can be a creative outlet for some people, a form of creative expression. This may be your business. You may do wigs, you may do makeup or nails or whatever. This is not an attack on wigs and weaves and nails and all that stuff. This is really trying to get to the heart of why certain people feel like they need it for their own beauty. And I'm even going to touch on my own experiences with this. So this is not to attack or condemn anyone for anything that they do for work or anything that they just enjoy to do. This is really for those of us that feel insecure and really want a different perspective and are interested in hearing about a way out of this mindset. So my first point that I want to hinge on, and this really comes from a lot of women not feeling feminine without wearing the fake stuff, as I'll call it, because I don't want to go through the whole list, but a lot of women just do not feel feminine without this stuff. I wanted to just say that God made you a woman, and God made you without the fake stuff. Therefore, he says that you look feminine without it. A lot of women will feel like, you know, their hands don't look feminine if they're not wearing nails on their fingers. Oh, I got little boy fingers. Like, I know I've even said that before, right? But it's like, God didn't create you with claws. He created women's fingers, women's hands to look like this. And maybe that's gonna be like something that's like, duh, common sense, Margaret. But I really want to speak this into you guys because it's so important that we embrace ourselves how we naturally are, like our factory settings, how we came out the womb. That was just one example. I'll get into more examples later in the video. I have my notes here, but there's a point that I wanted to bring up. I honestly feel like this is a sly attack on gender by the enemy that really distorts women's natural desire to be aesthete. So what is being aesthete? It's our appreciation for aesthetics, for looking beautiful and things like that, right? But then the enemy comes in and he tells you, you're not beautiful unless you have X, Y, and Z. But these are not things that God created you with, right? These are not things that you were born with. These are things that you have to add to yourself to make yourself look beautiful. And the reason why I say that it's an attack on gender is because I hear so many women saying that they feel like they look like a little boy with their natural hair or with their natural eyelashes. These things that they were born with, they feel like make them look like a little boy, and that they need to change these things in order to look more feminine. And the truth is that you do not have to change these things about yourself to make you look more feminine. God created you a woman. He created you innately feminine. You don't have to do extra to be feminine. That is a lie from the enemy, that you have to wear nails and you have to wear weave and you have to do all these things to make yourself feminine, when God created you innately feminine. God already made you distinct from a man. So this first part of the video, I really want to speak to Black women because this is an issue in the Black community, right? My first thing is that you don't need to put on hair that is opposite to your God-given phenotype in order to look feminine. A lot of women do not feel feminine in their natural hair. Even me, like, I've done 2 big chops, and so my hair has been short for like 6 years now because I've cut it twice. And also I have 4C hair, so there's shrinkage that comes with that. But I realized that I had to rely on the Lord to give me that confidence, because all these years I'm wearing my natural hair out and I'm thinking, oh, because I'm wearing it out, that makes me confident, right? But on the inside, I'm feeling insecure, I'm feeling undesirable, I'm feeling all these feelings, right? One solution is to practice wearing your hair out, going outside with your natural hair and just the way that it comes. Like right now I have like an old twist out, but like how it naturally is, right? But the missing step to that is that we need to really take these feelings and submit them to the Lord and be like, Lord, I need you to help me to feel confident in what you've created me with. I can try for more years to come to feel confident with my natural hair, but if I'm doing it in my own strength, then I'm always going to compare myself to somebody else, and I'm always going to feel that I don't look feminine with my natural hair. What I really wanted to express to you guys outside of my own personal story is that God created different types of beauty when he created different cultures, right? And we're all made in the image of God, and none of us are more beautiful. No one culture is more beautiful than another culture. There's different types of beauty in all cultures, and there's different types of femininity. And God created hair that grows upward and outward as another expression of femininity. The world, Western society, Black culture, whatever, will tell you that if your hair grows down, then that's better and that's more feminine. But God didn't say that. Society said that. Culture said that. Even if your hair does grow down, right? A lot of women want their hair to be flat, right? But it grows out and down. It doesn't grow flat and down, because that's not how God created you to look. God created someone of your culture to look the way that you do. You don't need to conform yourself to a certain mold in order to look feminine, because if God doesn't have that mold for femininity, then why should you have that mold for femininity? Here's another thing that I hear a lot, and it's also like tied into makeup, but I put it with eyelashes and like mascara and stuff like that, is a lot of women will say that they look tired without makeup. And also there's a lot of women who feel like, I don't need to wear makeup, but as long as I wear eyelashes, I look good. I look presentable. When in reality, you don't need eyelashes to look presentable. You don't need eyelashes to look put together. You look that way with your natural face. You don't need those things in order to be able to leave the house and be confident. And with makeup, the problem lies in we don't like the way that our natural faces look. Now, with this, I'm not necessarily talking about acne, okay? Because I understand the struggle with acne. I do have more acne prone skin, and in the past I had a lot worse acne, and so I understand wanting to cover up your acne with makeup. Really what I'm talking about is just not liking your face, like not liking your looks, the way that you look, right? And this can be shown in, you know, when people do the excessive contour, like the nose contouring to make their nose look a certain way, or to make their nose look smaller. And this is seen in a lot of cultures, and a lot of people who feel like they have a big nose, white, black, or whatever, they feel like they need to contour their nose to create this button nose that God didn't create them with. Like, you are unique. You know, you have a unique beauty to yourself. You do not need to look like you have this plastic surgery nose or this button nose or whatever society says is the ideal nose to have. I've even heard like blonde women saying that they wear mascara and they like paint their eyebrows or whatever to add contrast to their face, and they feel like their face just doesn't look as good without, you know, having that contrast or whatever. But it's like, did God create you? If you're blonde, did God create you with brown or black eyelashes and brown eyebrows? He didn't create you that way. Society tells us that we need to look a certain way in order to look good, in order to look feminine, and there's all of these tips on how to make yourself look more attractive and all these things, and we're always seeking to alter ourselves from how we naturally look to make ourselves more attractive, when God didn't tell you that you needed that. God didn't tell you that you were ugly the way that he made you. This is about when you feel like your beauty hinges on these things, and when you feel like you look more beautiful with them. And why do you think a lot of people tell women who wear excessive makeup, oh, you look so much prettier without it? They're not trying to be these like negative Nancys that are anti-makeup. They're telling you the truth, that you actually do look prettier without it. And a lot of people just refuse to believe that, and so they get defensive, and they're like, I can do this if I want to do this. No one's attacking you. They're complimenting you. No one's telling you that you can't do it. They're just telling you and affirming your beauty and how you naturally look. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's true when so many other people can see it. And so really with makeup, it's not about the amount that you wear, but it's about your heart behind why you're wearing it. Like, I really don't care if you're in the camp of like, makeup is only to enhance your natural beauty, or if you're like, shoot, I like a beat face. Like, whatever camp you fall into, right? Why are you doing it? I like doing a little bit of makeup for fun sometimes. I've definitely been in the camp of doing it because I thought it made me more attractive. And then I had another time where I wore makeup because my acne was bad. And now I wear makeup because it's fun. You know, so it's really the heart behind it. I really think that if it's something that you like, it should be a fun thing. It should be something enjoyable. You shouldn't feel like you can't go to the grocery store without makeup on, because really something that we don't realize is that people are not looking at us and criticizing us as hard as we look at ourselves and criticize ourselves. No one in the grocery store is walking past you and thinking, ugh, she looks tired, she looks ugly. Like no one's thinking that about you. But if you look in the mirror and you see yourself that way, that you look tired, you look ugly, you look whatever the heck, that is something that you feel about yourself. But your thoughts do not equal reality. Just because you think it doesn't mean it's true, and it doesn't mean that other people are thinking it. It's just something that you're thinking about yourself. So really, when we're coming out of this mindset, we have to take a step back and say, are other people zooming in on my face and being like, oh, you have a pimple there and you do? No. Other people aren't zooming in on you like you're zooming in on yourself. This is something really important to remember, is that sometimes we are just too consumed with ourselves. And this is not a condemnation like you're vain. No, but sometimes we just think about ourselves too much, right? And it's like, what would happen if we took our focus off of ourselves and we focused on other people? Instead of thinking, I need to do my whole face, a full face of makeup before I go to the grocery store, how about thinking, how can I be kind to the cashier? How can I help someone out? You know, and some of the solution to all of these issues is taking our eyes off of ourselves and focusing them on other people, on serving other people, on loving other people, and really asking God, how can you use me today, and in what way do you want to use me today? And that way we can be less focused on ourselves and what we look like, right? And be more focused on helping and serving other people, because then our inner beauty really shines through. Our inner beauty shines through when we're doing good. I had to pull out a scripture because I was really feeling this, right? Okay, this is 1 Peter 3 verses 3 through 4. In the New King James Version. Do not let your adornment be merely outward, arranging the hair, wearing gold, or putting on fine apparel. Rather, let it be the hidden person of the heart, with the incorruptible beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is very precious in the sight of God. Let your beauty shine from within. I put on outfits that I like and that I think looks good, and there's not a problem with that, right? But we can't be consumed with how we look and with what other people think of what we look like. This is another topic that I wanted to hit on, strictly towards Black women. Being natural does not make you look like less of a grown woman, because I think I hit enough on it does not make you look like less of a woman, but I really wanted to hit on the fact that it doesn't make you look like less of a grown woman, okay? Because I hear this a lot, that people will say natural hair is childish, it makes me look childish, and a lot of women feel as though to look grown, again, you need to be fake. To look grown, you need to wear a lace front, you need to have long hair, don't care, okay? You need to have on a full face of makeup, and this is what you need to do in order to look grown, right? And what I wanted to say is, to any woman who feels like her natural hair makes her look childish, God made women of your age to naturally look like you do. Society tells women of a certain age that you need to look a certain way, but you look exactly how you're supposed to look for your age, natural hair, natural face, and all, and you don't need to do anything extra to make yourself look more grown, or to make yourself look the age that you are if you are grown. You don't need to do all that, you know? God made you to look how you look. Before I get to what I feel like the heart of this video is, I wanted to bring up a point that a lot of times we do these things because we think that it will make us look more attractive to men. And the thing is, in some cases it will, depending on what culture you come from. You have to ask yourself, am I attracting the right type of man? Oh, if I wear my natural hair, then no one's gonna be attracted to me anymore, and they're not gonna comment on my pictures. Are those the type of guys that you want in your life? The ones that only like you when you're wearing hair that isn't your natural hair, that isn't even yours? Don't you want someone to love you how you naturally are? Don't you want someone to love you without the makeup, without the hair, everything stripped away? Don't you want someone to love you how you are? You want someone who loves you the way that you are. And how will you know that someone loves you the way that you naturally are if you never present yourself the way you naturally are? So that's something that I just wanted to touch on. Sometimes people will tell you that in order to attract a man, you have to change yourself. Guess what, guys? If this is a revelation to you, because some people it's gonna be like a duh, but to some people it'll be a revelation. Look, you can wear your natural face, your natural hair, you can be fully clothed, you can have a natural body that does not have plastic surgery and still attract a man. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. And you might attract a better quality man, okay? Let me just say that. That was my last point. Okay? The heart of this video is to help you examine your own heart in doing these things. Are you doing these things because this is what the world says is the pinnacle of feminine beauty? Are you doing these things because you feel insecure with how you naturally look? Are you doing these things because you're trying to attain the look of someone else, i.e. another culture, i.e. Instagram baddie, whatever? Are you gonna walk around with a bag over your head in shame, like, oh, I look so bad? Or do you want to walk around in confidence and say, look, whether I have this or I don't have this, I look good? And so the solution to this problem, it's to go to a quiet place and take all of your feelings to God. Like, if this video made you think like, hey, there are some things that I need to work out within myself in order to like myself and accept myself how I naturally am, then take all of your insecurities, all of your internal motivations, all of your negative feelings to God and ask Him to heal you of the root issue of these things. I was bringing these things to God, and God was reminding me of things that people said to me when I was younger. I was bringing these things to God, and He was just reminding me of how I felt about myself when I was younger. Sometimes it's something somebody said to you. Sometimes, you know, you just didn't grow up in an environment where people were wearing their natural hair. Sometimes no one taught you how to take care of your hair. And so the reason why you don't like yourself or why you don't like your natural hair is because no one taught you how to take care of it. And guys, like, I really just want to see the return of natural beauty in the Black community. Like, I have a little story. So I was working a wedding at my job, and it was a black wedding and all of the guests were black, and every single woman there had on a lace front. You might not think that's a big deal, but that is so dystopian, guys. Like, I was just thinking to myself, imagine if all of these women wore their natural hair, right? And maybe some of them do, but they feel like they need to get a lace front for special occasions. I don't know, which that's another problem in and of itself in the black community, is feeling like we need to wear straight hair for special occasions. It was a 300-person wedding. Every single woman there had on a lace front wig. Like, imagine if every single woman there was wearing her natural hair. That would really just show the natural beauty that God created black women with. Why are we shackled to these wigs and these weaves and to straightening our hair, guys? We cannot blame society anymore. There is an abundance of information online of how to take care of your natural hair and how to take care of your natural 4C hair, guys. If you have 4C or type 4 or whatever. Yes, you can get hired for a job with your natural hair. Yes, you can wear your natural hair to special occasions. Yes, your natural hair looks presentable and it looks put together. No one is going to judge you for wearing your natural hair. No one's gonna judge you. And if other black people judge you for wearing your natural hair, it's probably because they don't like their natural hair themselves. But let's not have fear of man. Let's not be afraid of judgment, because our natural hair is beautiful and it's God given, right? And it glorifies God when we wear our natural hair, when we wear our natural face, when we feel comfortable in our own skin, in this body that he gave us. I truly believe that it's glorifying to God when we accept ourselves how we naturally are and how he created us to be. So like I said, pray about it, but also try to practice it. Like I said earlier in the video, practice going out wearing your natural hair. Practice going out the house without makeup. I was gonna say practice being covered up, but that's for a modesty video. If y'all want me to make a video about modesty, it would probably just be a video on like how to make your wardrobe more modest, if that's something that you're wanting. So yeah, let me know if you want me to make that video. Honestly, my hope for women and also for black women is that we would experience the freedom to choose to wear these things or to not wear these things, but that we wouldn't be bound by them. And my ultimate hope is for all of us to be able to be unapologetically who we were created to be, inside and out. We gotta stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. We gotta be ourselves. We gotta be authentically who we are and who we were created to be, because we will never feel comfortable, and we will always feel like we have to look like somebody else. So guys, that is my heart for this video. That is my hope for this video. Thank you for taking the time to sit through it, and I just pray that this video blesses you, and that you get something from it, and that you would take these feelings to God, and that you would really examine your heart. I pray this video blesses you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.